Good morning. Today is May the 21st, and we are back for another Tuesday tip. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Pia Miller. I'm an attorney in Virginia, own my own law firm, and every Tuesday I come in and talk about a little something random. And that little something random for this week, I want to pick up on the theme from last week, which is some of these frequently asked questions that come up during the consultations that I have with people. And also just talking about like maybe why you shouldn't do things yourself. So in the realm of child custody, something that's been coming up a lot during some recent consultations is this concept of so the two of you as parents, you never went to court, you never got an order put in place. The child is now 5, 6 years old, and now there's 5 years old, and it's about to be school enrollment time. So where are we enrolling the child? The two of you live 20, 30 miles apart, and so you're not in the same school district, or you're probably not in the same school district. And so what are we doing here, and how are we agreeing to it, and what are we doing? But you never put an order in place. And now all of a sudden that we're talking about school enrollment, now there's a discussion between the two of you. What do we do? You've got to figure something out. If the two of you cannot agree, you will be ordered, at least in Virginia, you're going to be ordered to try mediation first in the juvenile court. Or it's not in the court, but they're going to send you to a local court-appointed mediator. And that mediator is going to try to walk you all through an agreement. And if you're not able to agree, then you've got to get on the court's trial docket. Something else I've seen a lot along the same vein is this concept of, we're going to go through that first court order. We're going to go through that first mediation. We're just going to get something on paper. And then, in a couple of months when I get my life settled, like I'll come back and I'll come back to court and ask the court to change the child custody order. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. So there's one level of consideration when we're talking about that initial custody order. And generally, we're just going to be looking at the statutory factors. There's 10 factors. There's a lot of things, the health and welfare or health and wellness of each respective parent, the relationship a child has with each parent, and other extended family members, things of that nature. But when we talk about a modification of a custody order, you have the added burden of proving that there has been a significant change in circumstances. So you can't just come to a court and say, oh, 3-4 months ago, I was just trying to get something on paper. I was just trying to get something done. I went to the mediator that y'all told me to go to. And now that I have a new apartment, or, I have more time to focus on it now. Now I want to actually, have an order that does more of what I want it to do. Yeah, you can't do that. That's not a significant change in circumstances. Significant change in circumstances are things like, oh, I'm military, but I didn't expect to be deployed. And then now all of a sudden I am going to be deployed for the next 3 years, and I'm going to be stationed out in California. I'm no longer going to be based here in Virginia. That's a significant change in circumstances. Something else that we've seen, if one parent, if their mental health declines, or if their physical health declines and they are no longer able to really take care of the child in the way that they previously were able to, that's a significant change in circumstances. But just for funsies, oh, I just put it off for a couple months because I thought that was going to be a better idea and I'll just do it later. Yeah, no, that's not a significant change. So you're going to be stuck with that original custody order, and you're going to have gone through the process of getting, in and out of court a few more times, and maybe you get the order that you want, maybe you don't. It's not worth it, guys. So kind of like I said last week, there are times to spend the money. There are times to get an attorney. There are times to really advocate for yourself so that you make sure that that first order is the right order. And if you don't have an order, you need to get an order so that when school starts, you're not arguing over where that baby is going to be enrolled in school, because that is not the time to have that conversation. You need to have figured that out a long time ago. All right. So as always, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. This is not the time. And again, I understand that cost can be a concern for people, but I promise you 10 times out of 10, do it right the first time. And then you're going to save yourself a world of headache for the continuity of your child's life. Okay. Or at least until they're 18 and graduated high school and, out of your home. All right. Contact me if you have questions, guys. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Come back next week for our next Tuesday tip.